Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. All right, folks, Big Paul here today with another muscle rant. I have one for you today that has been driving me absolutely insane bonkers lately, and it's why pros lie and tell half-truths about their steroid cycle doses. I am really starting to understand why they do it, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it in just 1 second. So I used to be in the camp of being frustrated with why pros wouldn't just tell us the truth about what they were doing, how they were doing it, why they were doing it, what doses they were taking. It would frustrate the crap out of me. One of the commitments I made when I got onto social media was I told myself I was going to be transparent about my journey and tell people exactly what I was doing so they would know the truth. But now I'm starting to get why pros keep it close to the vest and why they don't tell people what they're doing. After a lot of crap on social media, I get people giving me crap all the time about my cycles and what I tell them. You can't win. I get why these pros want to keep this a secret and don't tell people. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't win. If you tell people the truth about what doses you're actually taking, then you get the guys that are going to shit all over you and tell you that you're taking too much, that you should be taking less, that you're going to die, that you're putting your health in risk, that you're setting a bad example for other bodybuilders, young guys out there, that you shouldn't be saying this stuff, that you're going to go to hell. You should see the crap that hits my DMs sometimes. The dudes that reach out to me telling me I'm a horrible person, telling me they hope I die, all of this crap that I see. And I'm sure when you're on the level of a top pro bodybuilder, it's 10 times worse. And when you're running lower doses, you get the opposite thing. You get called a liar. You get called somebody who's not telling the truth. Like last year, I talked about only running 20 milligrams of tren while I was on contest prep. People ignored that I was running 2 grams of everything else, but they got focused in on the 20 milligrams of tren on contest prep. I got called a liar and said that there was no way that I got in the condition that I did running 20 milligrams of tren. Now, if I'm telling people that I'm running 2 grams of everything else and 10 to 15 units of GH, why in the world would I lie about the tren that I take? Why? So, and same thing, in the off season, when I just back down to TRT or TRT plus, I know a lot of bodybuilders with split hairs and they will tell half truths. They'll say I'm just on TRT, which I get. That pisses me off when the guys try to claim that they got big running 375 milligrams of testosterone. We all know that that's a lie and that's a fabrication. I get it from your perspective. I understand why that's upsetting. I understand why people would be pissed off to that. It's an insult to your intelligence to tell somebody that you got big running TRT or TRT plus. Now, with that said, a lot of times in the off season, I'll take an extended period where I run low doses. I find that now that I've gotten big, it doesn't take a lot to maintain the size that I've acquired. That's just the truth of it. And I know that's hard for people to swallow. That's hard for people to understand that you can maintain 260, 270, 280 pounds on running 250 milligrams of testosterone and a little bit of GH. I do it all the time. I did it for 4 months straight. Now, like I said, I understand the frustration from your end. I understand why people get upset at that, because these guys will get on their high horse and they'll act like that's what they run year round. That's all they need. They didn't build their physiques on that. I promise you, they did not build their physiques on that. They blasted high doses to get their higher. It's all relative. Let's be clear here. It's all relative. There are dudes that run a lot of stuff. There are guys that run a little bit of stuff, and there's people in the middle. And most guys are somewhere in the middle, I would say. There are the extremes. You hear of dudes running 5, 10 grams of gear, running just countless amounts of stuff that's completely reckless and unnecessary. Now, there are guys that run things aggressively. I've gotten more aggressive with things as I've progressed. I'm around 3 grams on my contest prep. This is the most aggressive cycle I have ever run. But I just came off of running 250 milligrams of testosterone for 4 months to let my health recover. So I'm taking a chance. I'm pushing the gas pedal down and I'm rolling with it and seeing what happens. And lo and behold, I get people that come out of the woodwork and just call me the most awful human being that ever lived before talking about those doses. I literally had another coach come at me recently and telling me that I should not be telling people this stuff. A guy that knows damn well this is what people run. And so at the end of the day, I think to myself, why in the world am I doing this? Why would any pro? I get why pros would just say nothing. Honestly, if I were a top pro, an Olympian, a guy that had a lot of financial benefit on the line with sponsorships and things, I probably would just say nothing. I would keep my mouth shut. I wouldn't even address it. And I understand why guys do that now. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, no pro bodybuilder talked about it. Every single one of them was natty. They all kept it secret. They didn't mention a damn thing. I'm not trying to talk down to people, but that's just something to keep in mind. When you go at people that are actually being honest, I am one of them. It really makes me not want to talk about things in general at all. It makes me want to keep things hidden because I don't want to deal with the grief of the crap that comes along with it. And I get why pros don't say it. Now, with that said, I've always made a commitment to being honest, to being transparent, and I will continue to do that because I think it helps further our community. It helps with harm prevention. It helps with understanding what actually goes on and knowing what you're getting yourself into. If you want to compete at a high level, I think it's important to be transparent and honest about things. I don't want to insult somebody's intelligence. I don't want people to mislead people to think that they can grow on something they can't grow on. I want to tell people the truth. And that's been my commitment from the start of doing this. But with that said, I get why pros don't want to talk about this shit, why they might lie, why they might tell half-truths, why they might just keep this shit to themselves, because there's really no benefit to them for doing so. All you're going to do is receive a bunch of crap from people on the internet, potentially put yourself at financial risk for talking about it, and there's really no benefit for them to be open and transparent about things. All right, folks, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Am I full of crap? Is this really a problem? Should people be open about what they take? Should pros be open about what they take? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you watching. All right, folks, I want to take a quick break from this episode to tell you about the new e-course that Kurt Havens and I have put together, The Scientific Principles of Anabolics and PEDs. This is the most comprehensive PED e-course ever put together with over 80 modules, including intros to PEDs, major steroid profiles, competitor off-season cycles, non-competitor cycles, contest prep cycles, HGH fundamentals, insulin fundamentals, side effect management, safer use concepts, fat loss agents, estrogen management, and advanced PED and hypertrophy science. It is the best course out there of its kind. Go check it out. Link is in the video description below. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.